Okay, I got an AK-47 for you. This is an AKM-47 style electric gel ball blaster. It's kind of like an in-between size. It's not a full-size replica like I've shown you, and it's obviously not a mini AKM. I'd say it's kind of an in-between. And we'll go ahead, we'll get it put together. We'll talk about it as we do that, and of course we'll test it and look at the FPS, see how strong it shoots later. Okay? So first off, yeah, just to kind of give you an idea of the size here, not quite true to size, but not mini. Like I said, we'll call it a medium, okay? So give you a good look at everything here. This is actually your safety and your automatic right here. Okay, so that's a little different. We haven't seen that. A little rail up top, okay, charging handle, but I don't think we can, oh, you can actually put it into semi and shoot it in that semi mode where it's just going to shoot from the spring like that. Okay, so a little hook for your sling, another hook for your sling up here. You can see this is where the battery goes on this one, which we will go over to. You can see the stock connects a little different, so we'll talk about all of that while we do this. Okay, they do give you some nice directions, some pretty pictures, everything included, right? Plus, they talk about the importance of the gel balls, which we will in a minute, and the importance of priming that magazine and making sure that magazine is empty when you put it away. So one thing, guys, I want to talk to you about is very important with these magazines, especially these manual magazines that are not powered, is there is a trick to get them to work now. They've designed them so if you kind of prime these, they will work, okay? So fill it up with gel balls. You're going to click this about 15 times, it takes maybe, till you see a gel ball right at the top, till one pops off. That basically has it primed and ready to go. You need to do that in order for this to work properly, for it to shoot, okay? And then when you're done, you need to make sure this guy is empty. Open it up, shake any out, push this down, give it a few good wrist flicks, make sure it's empty, leave it open, let it dry out. Never ever store any in here. It is 100% normal for a few to stay in here that will not shoot. That's just how it works with all magazine fed blasters, all brands, all companies, okay? So we've talked about that. We'll talk briefly about soaking the gel beads properly, because I'm guessing a lot of you know how to do that. If you don't, this is the first time you've seen one of my videos. I got lots of other videos on soaking gel beads, but to tell you, these are your big packs, right? Plus a couple little 500s. If you've never done it before, start with a 500 or start with some of these. You don't have to use a whole pack, okay? Soak them for 4 to 6 hours. You're going to want to use plenty of water, a large enough container, and then after 4 to 6 hours, there should be room left in your container. There should be water left over. That way you know for sure they got to 7 to 8 millimeters. Don't worry, they can't grow too big. Drain off that excess water. Then you can store them in airtight containers for up to about 2 weeks, like this container right here. Never ever store them in the magazine. And like I said, don't even put them in the magazine unless you're ready to go play with them. Make sure there's none in there when you're done. All right, so that's the importance of the gel balls. Got your charger right here, right? It's a USB charger. Bright red light when it's charging. Light turns off when it's fully charged. This just plugs into any AC adapter 1 amp or greater. So think of like your smartphone adapter. And then your battery plugs in right there. It's that 4-pin connection, which we're seeing more and more of. And this is a 600 mAh, 7.4 volt battery. So we've got that all charged up. This is where the battery goes in this one, right? So a little different location. And how this one works, you can't really do it any other way than to plug it in, right? And then push that harness in first. So just when you go to take it out, just be careful that things are not caught on anything. It'll just, make it a little easier on you. Here, this piece, you can see this end is slightly different. It's squared off where that's rounded off. That end that is squared off is going to go in here. So we'll go ahead, push that in here. And actually, if we open this up all the way, I believe that's going to push it easiest. Yeah, just kind of open that. And that should make a difference. Let's see. All right, then you put the barrel on. So this, you're going to kind of just give it a little bit of it should screw kind of slightly. And if you twist it, it should help. And then you're just going to want to go ahead and apply steady pressure until that's flush like that, okay? And then that should work just fine, okay? You've got that set. That's ready to go. Let's give it a try. All right, so that's ready, shooting. Stock is just going to slide on the back here. You can see how that slides on. This button is the release button, so when you take it off, so slide it on, you don't need to do anything. You can just basically, it's going to just work on its own, lock into place. That's ready. Of course, I didn't mention the safety glasses, but wear some sort of eye protection. Sling right here, you can connect here and here if you want to use that. And then here is your aim point scope. Now this scope's kind of cool. First of all, I like the flip ups, right? But then this one is powered. So there's a little tab here you pull for the battery. And if you light that up, I don't know if you can see in there or not. Oh, you kind of can, yep. So you see a little green crosshairs. So that's pretty cool. Haven't seen that on these. Seen this style scope many times, but without that addition of the green light or slash hash inside there, hash mark. That can just go right on the rail here. Just loosen this up until it sits down on the rail. And of course you want to get that screw right in between two rails. So there, that looks good. Tighten it down. The blaster is set. All we would do now is take those gel balls that we are sure got to 7 to 8 millimeters, load this up, close it, and then this, you kind of got this little front lip here. You're going to kind of want to tuck that in there, and then that should lock into place. You see it lock. Release right here, lock into place. Again, when you're done, before you're done, when you go, make sure you prime this about 15 times till you get a gel ball to the top to go shoot, and then when you're done, open it up, shake them out, a few good flicks, leave it open. Let it dry. All right, I'm not going to load it up right now since I am not going to be able to shoot it for a few hours, but I will show you that before I do. So let me know what you guys think. Comments, questions, of course, please like, subscribe, participate in the giveaways, watch the FPS and demo, and let me know what you guys think of this blaster.